Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Art of Law show. I see that, I see Armageddon's here already. Oh!
Yes.
And Cicero's here as well. Oh, cheerio. I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to this. Why the hell is it for adult audiences? Kids are delighted by listening to 40K lore. Yeah, well, since it is kind of violent and grimdark and Twitch's services, we have to say that there's violence afoot.
No.
Ooh, and he's on a 3-stream watch streak. Ooh, fancy. Gets extra purity seals that he could save to use against us or me in the role-playing game once we get that figured out and how to do that.
I was about to say, what the fuck is this Wii business you were talking about?
Oh, yeah, there's Cicero mentioned it. It's like, did you hear? who might be alive still? Who might actually not be dead? Have you heard the rumor mill?
I haven't. Who's not dead?
I got a little hint, just a little taste out there that a certain commissar might not be dead that Armageddon might be really happy about.
Are you fucking shitting me?
But hold that thought.
Okay, continue.
Who the fuck did it?
Do you have to ask?
Armageddon, you fucking. This is why we toss your tea into the fucking ocean.
Well, hello, everybody. We are on episode 70. Finally out of the Slanesh territory. I don't know if Bob can entertain anything else right now, or you, but I'm going to let you all know that working on trying to get the bloodletters done, if possible, or close to. And I will let Bob take over the lore aspect since our Nurgle got the Magos.
Dear God, you are hard to understand.
Just take it away, Bob.
What did you fucking say?
Words.
I literally cannot fucking understand. Did you say take it away?
Yes.
I'm assuming you said yes. And yes, today we will be speaking of High Fleet Behemoth and the First Tyrannic War. For the first time, the locusts finally showed up. And 'twas not fun times for all involved.
Thank you for the subscription, Wally. Thank you for the prime sub. 10 months. Ooh. Oh, wow. A hype train just approaches.
Holy shit, mate.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those in a while. When the
Yeah.
planets align.
Yes. The first time we're speaking of the Tyranids, and we're speaking of their first major incursion into the galaxy. Encountered in M41-4 or 745.
With the chipmunk
And
emote.
for context, let's put it this way. They came in so hard and so fast. We'll just get into it. They tore through several sectors before anybody was able to even put up a fight. It was the first documented full-scale
Okay, we had a gifted sub.
cornflakes.
Cheerio gave a sub to Armageddon. Ooh, Armageddon's a sub now. Ooh, fancy.
It was the first documented assault of the hive mind upon the Imperium. It first started on a small research station on Tyran Primus. It's also where the Tyranids get their fucking name, because the Mechanicus can't come up with anything original. What are we going to call this alien species that attacked our research station on Tyran Primus? We're going to call them Tyranids. My bad, Tyrannids, as they're actually supposed to be pronounced. And they're first person to actually make contact with them and be alerted by, oh, there's something new poking its face around the sector, was by Inquisitor Phidias Kripman of the Ordos Xenos. Everybody's favorite nuke the world before it's too late. Inquisitor.
That's that curious guy?
Yes, that's Kripman.
Okay, yeah, I know that name. Greenleaf. Oh god, these fools again. Listen, I can generate chipmunk tokens faster than ever. Oh, Bob loves it. You can tell by the way he just ignores me talking.
We're in this together, Greenleaf. We really are.
Oh, it's funny.
To the point where it's starting to get close where Ash might be, instead of me just shooting Erebus twice when I'm locked in a room with him, Erebus, and Logar, I'm contemplating using one bolt round on Ash instead of two on Erebus.
Oh, lost bits, and then it got broke. So I said, fuck it, let's just make it channel points, and now it gets spammed all the time. And that's your tiddlywinks.
Damn it, your tiddlywinks.
Well, good news is, Bob, it is up, so.
Anyway, as I was saying, Critman had come upon Tyran too late, however, to save anything or fix anything.
Uh-oh, Bob, I think it's broken.
What?
It's broken, I'm stuck in chipmunk mode. Hold on.
Okay, I fixed it.
Thank fuck.
I was stuck in chipmunk mode for a second.
I was
Uh-oh.
about to start crying.
Uh-oh, sorry. Is banana your favorite?
Because now I'm a banana. We take our lore and show very serious here. Very, very serious.
That's it. I'm grabbing a crate of tea to throw into the harbor. But as I was saying before I was so duly interrupted, however, the adepts that accompanied Critman managed to gather some vital information. Before being overran, the Magos in charge of Tyran, one Vanak, had gathered information on the alien attackers and managed to load it into a data codex and then shitwhip that data codex into a bore shaft to avoid it being destroyed. It fell 3,000 fucking meters, so this thing must have been a Nokia pattern.
This quiet offense, Slanesh! Things shall get loud now! We are amplified! Hear that?
As I was saying,
So you had to wheel that back about like a minute there, Bob, because the quiet offense, Slanesh.
as I was saying,
Thank you
Vanak
for
had-
the bits, cheerio.
Really
Yes,
great,
this is a serious show. Rave time. Oh, Bob, you were worried about Alan, not, thinking there wouldn't be any tangents because, Alan wasn't here. We'd just be able to get through this. Well,
Yep,
I
have
tell
a
you
Cheerio.
what.
I have a Cheerio and a British man just constantly annoying me.
And, they
Liber-
get off on it.
Yep, banana guard.
Everyone's
Kyle-
favorite thing to do is get on Bob's bad side.
All I can say is I thought Kyle was a Necron, not a fucking custodian. But clearly he is a banana in disguise. As I was saying, Vanek had gathered information on the alien attackers by taking a Nokia pattern data slate and shit whipping it into a bore shaft. I say it's a Nokia pattern because it somehow fell 3,000 fucking meters below the planet's surface and was recovered and all its data was intact. Suffice to say, that fucking thing built tough. Analyzing the recovered information, however, Critman managed to warn a few places of the new Xenos threat, honoring the ancient tradition. As I said, the Inquisitors and Mechanicus have no imagination of naming the invading alien species by the first place they encountered it, Tyrant. Well, drawn from ancient beasts of Terran myth, since this was the first Terran TIE fleet. At the time, they believed it was the only one. They had named it Behemoth. Like the old horror story, the old horror creatures.
Yeah.
The next world to fall was Acurius, Oculus. This world.
Like the death metal band?
This world, Oculus, I think it's pronounced, but because Bob sometimes has strongs. Here, yeah, Oculus.
It looks like Oculus to me.
Yeah, and here's the weird thing about this fucking thing. It was a moon-sized observation station caught in its path by Tyran. The station was a bio-artifact claimed by the Imperium 9,000 years later. When Critman came along it had been stripped to nothing but the metal shell. The Tyranids had ate the whole goddamn thing.
The Pac-Man did all the death.
Yes, they did. Next came Jenga, the home world of the orc freeblood known as the Star Krampas. Their massive fleet of kill cruisers, once a major threat to Imperial shipping in the sector, fought Behemoth in a great naval engagement. By the time Krypton came there was nothing but dead ships. Then came the fate of Thanatos. Krypton had ordered his astropath to send a warning to the Imperial forces in the way, like, hey, bad shit inbound. But it's at this point Krypton discovered another fact of the Tyranids. They produce a field known as the Shadow of the Warp that completely blocks out warp communication and even blocks the light of the Astronomicon.
Every time he says strip, I took off some clothes. Now I'm naked. Nani?
What? What? What the fuck?
You got Greenleaf to undress. You're pretty powerful there, Bob.
Yeah, I gotta check myself for Slanishi markings. Please stand by. Yep, nope, found it. It's on the fat gut. I'll have to burn that off later.
Pics
In
in
the
Discord.
meantime, I'm gonna put some lemon. No, I'm not. It's damn fucking Slanishi. Anyway. They could not pierce the shadow of the warp
Yay!
left by the massive fleet. As such, even the nearby Thanatos Telepathica booster matrix was obscured, as in nothing was getting in, nothing was getting out through a giant booster station. Krypton then set his course for the Thanatos system itself in hopes of reestablishing communication with the Imperium there. It was on this voyage that Krypton realized the true scale of the threat.
You
Following
nerds
him-
have Discord? Yes. We are, in fact, Warhammer nerds.
Just say, did nobody?
I don't know how many
Shame-
times we've mentioned that, shameless plug, we have a Discord.
Fucking Christ!
Cheerio knows
I go-
where it is. Look at that.
I go from looking at the script to just looking at the goddamn chat, and I go, "What the fuck?" As I was saying, where was I? Realized the scale of the threat following in the fleet. He discovered a string of barren worlds that Imperial records indicate should have been agri and luscious worlds. Reviewing a solar decade's worth of planetary survey data from that sector, Krypton saw a pattern emerging. He was able to plot the Hive Fleet's course by a trail of dead and lifeless worlds it had left behind. There was no subtlety in the Hive Fleet's approach.
Off script.
What?
We all nerds never seen Boba.
What the fuck?
just chat things, Bob.
Oh, there you go, my chat.
Hey, buddy! Buddy coming in with the Space Marine scream.
Hey, buddy. As I was dearly saying, before once again the tangents attacked,
And
it
here
merely
we see a
plowed through the
high-ranking
galaxy
Magos
like a
of the
fucking
Forge World,
stampede of
soaking
cattle.
his
No
macadendrops
stopping,
in
just
holy
eating everything in
oils.
its path with a ravenous
The
anger
holiest of
that would become its
oils.
defining feature.
Yeah, I don't know what you said, Bob. We were listening to the holiest of oils.
God damn it.
Oh, all right, buddy. You have
Oh.
a good night. We thanks for stopping by, saying hi.
Stops in, says a howdy, and fucks off. We miss you, friend.
Have a good night.
As I was saying, it merely plowed through the galaxy. And even though Krypton's ship made good speed, the Tyranids had attacked the Thanatos system and moved on long before his arrival. Though Thanatos was not as well protected as Tyran, and was likewise overwhelmed by the seemingly endless numbers of biohorrors that had flooded its cities and fortifications. The Matrix was found and had been emptied of its turret magazines and burned out its defense laser crystal before being overwhelmed. It was evident Thanatos had fought bravely. Its population had nevertheless been slaughtered and consumed.
They got nom-nommed.
Yep, and here's where the High Fleet runs into its first problem. I'll give you 3 guesses what that problem's name is.
Orcs.
Gotta catch them all, Pokemon.
Gotta catch
And
them all Pokemon.
that's not a joke. Solomons. Solomus.
Solemnes?
Solomon. Yes. I think you know this world. Yeah.
Yes,
Kyle.
I do know, because there's a certain gallery on this world.
Yes, this is the Necron tomb world ruled by the Necron overlord Trazyn the fucking Infinite that lay
Yes,
in the
it
path
is.
of 2 minor tentacles of the High Fleet. However, the High Fleet, and I know this isn't current lore, so part of my script, I will tell you what I have written down and what actually happened to these tendrils. The hive mind recognized the enormous threat presented by the Necron, so their battleships made major course corrections to avoid conflict with,
Trazyn!
eventually due to the inabilities these tendrils to identify any biomass-rich worlds, the tendrils lapsed into hibernation. It was at this moment Jason came in and Pokeball, and
I'm
he had
going
a
to
new ship,
see if I could do something really quick.
added 2 new tendrils to his galleries. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to see if I could add a new emote really fast.
Well, anyway, I shall continue.
Okay.
It was not the first of the Imperium that had been suffering losses at the hands of Behemoth. The world of Sabri, a fortress world that served as the stronghold of the Death Shadows renegade chapter of Space Marines, was also consumed by the Great Devourer.
Oh, I think it's going to work.
Curious. But with Thanatos' loss, Cryptman's quest had become incredibly crippled. The next systems in Behemoth's path belonged to the realm of Ultramar. And thus, unless it was warned, the Imperium would probably lose its best chance to stop the Tyranids before it ran rampant. With haste, Cryptman and his agents salvaged what remained of the telepathic matrix, and through Herculean effort, his astropath managed to pierce the shadow and contact the Imperium. The astropath, noses and ears streaming and just pissing blood from every orifice, managed to make contact. Hang on. Managed to
Ooh.
broadcast Cryptman's warning. A single voice spoke back from the darkness. It had come from Macragge, the heart of Ultramar and the homeworld of the Ultramarine Space Marine chapter.
Can I actually do this? Oh, we actually have that. We have new emote slots I can throw these things in.
Very fancy.
Ah. Sorry to do this on the fly, guys, but apparently my emotes are now like instantly allowed now, so
Very nice.
I'm going to test this out real quick and see if it works.
Do it.
I can't do it on the size of the thing. I gotta make it bigger. Okay. There's that one's in there. That one's in there. Oh, my new one's not in there. The one I just put in. That's not cool. We need emotes with Boba, Slaneshi vibe. I have to find more. I'll have to find more emotes to steal. Bring in my inner Trazyn. But I did put a new emote in there, but apparently it's not going through. So maybe next stream I'll have it in there. Is it a Yarrick or disappointment? Depends who you're talking to, because I think it's better than a Yarrick, but probably not. Armageddon, you probably don't think it's better than a Yarrick?
As I was saying, by luck, pure stupidity, and probably the intervention of the Emperor slightly, Cryptman had managed to arrive to Ultramar ahead of High Fleet Behemoth and met with Caligar himself. And it was here Caligar immediately went into full tactical, had listened to Cryptman's entirety of his tale, every word, his discoveries, all of it. Caligar started to invoke the knowledge of Gilliman in this regard of, oh, cool, now we gotta plan something else out. Fan-fucking-tastic. And he took every bit of detail on this foe and tried to turn it to his advantage. Behemoth, though, was fast approaching, and the chapter had small time to prepare for the greatest battle in its history. Though the chapter was quick to react, Caligari deployed the Ultramarine chapter fleet to stop the Tyranid High Fleet.
Armageddon got it to work. There's a new emote.
At the Garden World of Pendium, also known as the Jewel of Ultramar. Its gardens and forests were such amazing beauty and genetic craftsmanship that it was considered one of the what's known as one of the 12 jewels of the Imperial Crown. A world that the Ultramarines were duty bound to protect. It was a fucking slaughter.
Yeah, we now have a Trozen emote, so whenever somebody wants to steal something, we have a Trozen emote now. And that's how the 4th edition and the Battle for McRag started? Copyright? What the fuck? Register? What's that supposed to be? McRag?
McRag, yes, he said McRag. But
they gave it to like the registered little R in the end of it. It's like, what the fuck? That's
it was
funny.
A fucking slaughter. The tactics and strategies declared by the Codex Astartes did not succeed against the Tyranids. It's almost like it's not a fucking holy book, but a strategy book, jackasses. Captain Titus is still upset. The harrying strategies, the Ultramarines could not inflict enough damage against the Nids. The close-range passes of Thunderhawks and other Imperial craft and vehicle for optimized firepower favored the Tyranids' mode of attack even more so, since their spore cysts and clawed tentacles could burst or tear open many of the ships as they completed their attack passes. The Ultramarine fleet had to sacrifice Pandium to an exterminatus action to the High Fleet, and even then it was not able to truly commit to exterminatus, so the world was consumed. Then the Tyranids made their first true stumble and attempted to take Kolth, which by this point is a barren fucking rock, and you're fighting tunnel people in tunnels. So the Tyranids actually kind of got held up here, mind you, but it was a much smaller Tyranid forces seated by the ships, the fleets, biofleets, or bioships, I should say. For a solar week, Caligari.
Oh, sorry, it's McRag. I just thought it was funny. It says McRag, but it's like, what the fuck is that? That it has a register? Like, that's an actual thing? Like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck is a McRag? I'm curious now.
You have my attention. Caligari finally came out of his meditations, and he told the Ultramarines that they had been found guilty of the sin of pride. The Codex was written for Space Marines. Space Marines were not created for the Codex. They would have to adapt and develop new strategy and tactics, and even weapons if they were to succeed against the Tyranid menace. Hit-and-run raids were abandoned in place of concentrated defenses and static firepower.
Best 40k starter set. The McRag.
Oh, the Battle for McRag one was fucking amazing. You got a lot of shit. You got a lot of bang for your buck.
Oh, that was an actual thing? Oh, okay.
Yes, it was a big, I think it came up like 3 battle squads, a squad of Devastators and a squad of Termies, and a bunch of other shit for the Tyranids, and I think it was all just $150.
Damn.
It was goodbye.
Yeah, that's back in the day when the dollar got you farther.
Well, yeah, that too. And thus, this meant that the Ultramarines had to choose a place to defend, a place to draw their spear roll together and say no step further. And there was only really one logical choice left in this regard. They chose McRag. And to assist in the defense for the Battle of McRag, just for definition, Kyle, I've told you about the Ultramar Auxiliary, right?
Let's see, the only lore I want you to know about is, all you single, do any of you want to mingle? OMG, call me. Let me make your Christmas merry? I'm going to assume that was supposed to be Christmas. All right, could be wrong. Could be a play on words.
I only have one thing to say on this. This sounds like a Druki trap.
It's a Drukari trap. Oh, everyone wants a Drukari girlfriend, and it's her. Don't torture me.
As I was saying, though, pal, I'm
Was it
told.
two 5-man squads of tacticals, officer of the Navy, and one squad of Gaunts, and one of the GS. Okay, Gene Stealers, and some spore mines, plus OFC superb terrain. You actually got terrain
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it was nice terrain too. It was fucking great.
Damn. That was the original. That's the box set you guys are talking about.
Yeah, there was another one that had Turbies too,
Okay.
but I might be getting my wires crossed with this.
Unless they
fuckers.
had like different tiers of it. Shameless
Yeah,
plug to the Discord. Oh yeah, you put it in the Discord. There it is.
Does he have the original box set, Cicero? You beautiful bastard!
Yeah,
First you
look
come-
at that. You got a picture of it and
Yeah.
everything.
Battle for the McCrag. Yeah, I had this. No, I had a different one than this. I had this one too.
That's pretty sweet looking. I like the down ships and shit.
Yeah, you had.
I see the
different
blast templates in the corner that Bob's used to over there.
missions. Yeah, I'm so used to them motherfuckers.
I just remember we were playing a game. We're like, "Where's the blast template?" And I go, "What are you talking about, blast template? What?"
What the fuck's a blast template? I must be getting my wires crossed, Cicero, with another box that I owned. I also could have sworn that came with. It actually was my first one too, Cicero. Now that I think about it, I could have sworn though it also came with Scout Marines, but fuck, am I losing? Yeah, we all love the scatter dice. That was always they created such funny shit.
I actually heard about the scatter dice, and I'm kind of sad it's gone. I think scatter dice it sounds fun to me.
Yeah, because it meant for your artillery shit could walk.
Yeah, for like indirect fire, like
Yeah, when you did any kind of indirect firing, you used the scatter die. The only difference was with Jard, you had, I want to say it was an artillery officer, where you used his line of sight and you just re-roll the scatter die twice to take the one you prefer.
Bonding moment. Scatter dice and templates available for new Horus Heresy epic scale Legion Imperialis.
Yes, I'm happy about that. Y'all living in the past. Yes, we are.
Not for me, because I was not into this back then.
That's what I was saying.
I got brought into
Yeah.
this at 9th edition.
I told you about the solar or the Ultramar Auxiliary, right?
If you talk about it, I might remember.
Basically, Ultramar itself keeps its own separate force from the Imperial Guard, known as the Ultramar Auxiliary. Basically, its own home guard forces.
Okay, yeah, I do remember you talking about that.
Yeah, these are also the guys who got all of the Ultramarine Legions fancy tanks when they were told, hey, the Legions aren't allowed to have artillery in that no more. Do you want to know how many Calgar brought into the fight for the Battle of McCrag?
All of them?
Not all of them, because some of them were deployed elsewhere between the 500 worlds. Just take a gamble. How many regiments do you think?
Oh god, I don't know. The numbers are so fucking vast. 100,000?
Regiments, Kyle.
Oh, regiments?
Yes.
I don't know. How many regiments did they have?
Well, at one point, these forces occupied 500 worlds.
Oh, so they got like what, one per world?
Cicero, do you want to take a gamble at how many were brought into this fight?
I have no idea.
I want to see if Cicero, because I remember reading this in a book.
Early
At one
90s
point.
for these guys? 90, 10, 19, what?
Early 90s for these guys. Oh, when we got into it.
Yeah,
when we were born.
I'll be old, but still got my stick in a proper working state.
Let's just put it this way. You guys will probably think this is nuts. Kyle, you got your calculator together?
Oh god, I mean I can.
Here, let me pop mine open. I'll just give you a rough estimate of how many were there. You ready for some shenanigans?
Sure.
A standard Ultramar Auxiliary regiment consists normally about 5,000 guardsmen, or 5,000 auxiliary, right?
Okay.
There were 1,550 regiments brought to bear to protect McCrag.
So all of that just on McCrag.
Yes.
So
That's
almost
that-
8. So almost 8 million.
Yes. And these guys are packing the venerable artifacts of the Ultramarine Legion. Super heavy tanks.
So they got the
Bane
good
blades.
shit.
fucking Titan legions. All this was brought together as a fuck you, try to uproot me. And spoiler alert, this does very bloody for the Ultramarines. Not just that, the entire deployment of the Ultramar Defense Fleet, Battle Fleet Ultima, and later half of Battle Fleet Tempestus. You reading me?
Yeah.
Can you guess the casualty rate?
I'm gonna guess a lot.
The Ultramarines lost the entirety of their first company. The 3rd and 7th were rendered combat ineffective. The armory was almost completely depleted of all heavy vehicles. The Ultramar Auxiliary lost 1,010 regiments worth of casualties, and an entire Titan Legio was reduced to nothing.
99% says Cicero.
Yeah, it was a massacre.
Ugh.
To the point where, spoiler alert, the Ultramarines took 2 fortresses and just put a fuckload of defenses on my crag. The Solo Hawks were left to protect the civilian positions, and then the Ultramarines held up in 2 different polar fortresses, which controlled the entire defense matrix of the system. And the Tyranids knew this. I'm not going to go into super detail on this starter pack for the Tyranid for the war. We'll save this for an episode where we talk about a certain Tyranid creature. But suffice to say, Calgar is almost killed here.
Doesn't he get his
And-
arms chopped off or his legs?
Arms and legs.
Arms and legs. Oh boy.
Yeah, he gets fully fucking bisected. The battle goes so bad that the Ultramarines have to literally jump into orbit, trusting the first company to hold the northern polar fortress. And they pursue the breaking High Fleet.
Don't worry, the
takes-
OGW will just turn out more and increase the price.
You're not wrong. Because this is written back in the days of shitty lore writing. So how long do you think it took the Ultramarines to recover to full strength?
Oh, probably not long at all.
Just take a gamble, Kyle. I want to hear the number.
Oh god, I don't know, like 100 years or something.
You got it right on the fucking money.
Oh damn.
To fully recover.
Yeah, you know, billions or millions of people lost. You know, 100 years, bam, you got a couple million, no problem.
Yeah, I don't like
Fully
this
trained
part
and
of
ready to go. 10 days.
Well, you see, Matt Word would have forgot his way. That would have been logistics. Literally to destroy the last of Behemoth's forces, it took the sacrifice of an Emperor-class battleship, overloading its engines, its warp engine, and jumping into the middle of the Tyranid fleet and dragging it all into the warp. So yeah, bad times for all.
Kaboom.
And this was marked as the first time that the Imperium managed to actually break a High Fleet. They believed that this was the end of it. Sadly, this was not to be. Where in M4199 or 992, a scant 150 years later, the arrival of 2 High Fleets appeared. Codenames Kraken and Leviathan.
I think I've heard Leviathan before.
Well, that's the one that did the devastation of Ball in that.
That's the 10th edition box set. Leviathan's the white and purple one, right?
Yes, that's Leviathan.
Yeah,
Which
because
they
I did a vote for everybody to paint my nids. What color I should paint the nids, and everybody voted for the purple and white. So that's Leviathan.
Suffice to say, it wasn't exactly the happiest camper that they just stuck with Leviathan in that. It's not like the High Fleet just didn't get completely shattered at Ball or nothing. Herder appears on the other side of the galaxy. Herder.
What are you talking about? We were over here the whole time.
Fucking stupid. They didn't want to come up with a whole new color scheme. Let's just be honest. Laziness.
Nom nom intensifies.
As such, this also led to the breaking of certain Imperial rules, if you will, with the formation of a unit known as the Tyrannic War Veterans, which are completely separate from the Ultramarines chapter. At one point, some jackass wrote these guys at 10,000 strong, Kyle.
Only 10,000 to fight Nids? After losing millions? Yeah, that sounds about right.
10,000 Space Marines.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, do you understand the other problem with this?
The Codex doesn't support this action.
Not just that. The laws of the Imperium don't support the Legion building. Everybody acts as just
Codex
Ultra
Astartes does not
Filaments
support
and no
this
Legion.
There it is. Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Suffice to say, the Tyranids are a dangerous force. We will go more into the depth for the Battle of Macragge when we speak of the Swarm Lord.
That's the one who ripped Kelgar apart, right?
Yeah, the one that then thought he could try to take on Big Bobby G himself. You know how they have the Norm Emissary now?
Yeah. I heard
Yeah,
that's
you
one of
wanna
the
know-
new ones.
Yeah, you want to know why the Norm Emissary became a thing?
Because the Swarm Lord got his ass kicked?
Well, he didn't just get his ass kicked. He casually got his ass kicked. It literally ran up to Gilliman, thought it was just Calgar and fancy new armor, and Gilliman literally killed it in 2 seconds. And the hive mind literally sat back, shook its head, and went, "What the fuck?" Hang on, that was a fluke. Spawned another one, and Gilliman then proceeded to rip it in half with his hands. To the point where the hive mind literally sat for it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go sweat mode. That's why we see the new Norm Emissary models. They're meant to deal with the one thing. The fucking Primarch.
Is that the one wearing the nylon stockings, or is that a different model?
What?
Have you not seen the pictures of one of the Tyranid models where it's like got like it looks like it's wearing stockings, so everybody fucking like made it so like they had high heels and shit? Have you not seen this?
No.
I
No,
seen
I have
that
not.
back when they were first showing off the new models coming out for
Are you
the
talking about the
Nids.
new Lictor?
Maybe it was a Lictor. I can't remember. It was one of the models, and they made it. It looked like looks like it has fucking tights on. So a bunch of guys made it look like it had like high heels and shit and stuff. I wonder if I can find that. You hear me typing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're smoking.
Oh God, I can't spell. Images. Let's see what they got here. See if I can find it. Oh my God, I seen actual high heels made to look like a Tyranid. What the fuck is that?
Don't be scared. Share the group.
I saw it on Facebook. Now I'm trying to see if I can just Google it, and I don't know where to find it on here.
Are you talking about the one that looks like it's wearing a fucking skirt
I don't. Maybe it had a skirt. I can't
or a
remember.
dress? Whatever the fuck. New
You said it was a Lictor?
Tyranid
Oh,
units.
here we go. Here we go. Here's somebody made a drawing next to the model. This is what I was talking about right here. Yeah, here I'm going. Okay, I'm going to throw this in. I'll throw this over in the. I'll throw this in the Discord.
I'm concerned.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Hit us with it, Kimosabi.
It's processing, Bob. Okay, my computer's slow for some reason. Give it a minute. Probably because I have so many things open right now.
No excuse.
Okay, back to getting the whites done. I'm so close. Cicero brings out the cross. Yeah, I remember that because they're showing
the-
off all the new models, and like that literally came out and like on Facebook or something, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh, the Neo Lecter. Yeah, you know somebody was being.
Someone being a little what do the kids say nowadays? Sussy? That's what
Yeah,
the kids say
that. We'll go with
nowadays.
that. That's what we'll go with. That word, Kyle.
You're all welcome.
You made me see that. I am upset.
You know what? You asked for it, okay? You said share with the class. And guess what I did?
I wasn't expecting that though.
I literally told you what it was.
I care not. My eyes are now injured.
You should care because it's something we should not have to look at, and we do. Sir, please send me for a crusade to the warp. I saw thing, please. Oh, looks like Mars has a challenger for 40k Femboy HQ. Oh yeah, all the femboy pictures of the stealth sniper guy.
Don't remind me.
One of my favorite ones is where he drops his gun and he can't pick it up.
It is pretty funny.
Oh, there's the bleach in the eyes. Oh, it's good. I'm surprised none of you guys saw that. I figured one of you guys must have caught that at some point. But then again, it never ended up popping up on a Discord, so I guess not.
No, because we're not fucking degenerates like you.
I'm part of fucking Facebook groups. I don't go searching for this shit. It just finds me.
Something tells me this is not the entirety of the truth.
Hey, I'm Trozen, okay? I gotta grab everything and make sure it's safe. Apparently.
Clearly, you're doing a horrible job. But that's all I really have on the Tyranids for this episode. I was expecting a lot more tangents to stretch this boot.
Well, we're missing a Magos, so that doesn't really help.
You see, that's what makes this so difficult. I try to leave space in for tangents.
Send bigger stilts. Speak for yourself. Yorick time.
No.
You know what? Real quick, look up Yarick. Just while we're here, just while you got the chance, Bob, look up Yarick rumors and see what they're talking about with Yarick still being alive. See if you can find it somewhere in a rumor mill, and just hit us up real quick if you can find it. Because I don't know any details. All I heard is he might not be dead.
Feels the truth.
Okay, I can't do this with this. This is too long.
Well.
I don't know if it was just a glimpse that GW did or somebody else came up with this. But I got a guy on YouTube who does a lot of like rumors with GW and stuff, and I did see somewhere on there where he mentioned about Yarick might not be dead. Something tells me GW did that, and then a lot of people weren't happy about it. Mainly Armageddon constantly spamming their emails and complaint boxes, and maybe they redacted it. like they always like to do. Just a thought. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, I think Yark's pretty badass. I mean, especially after like I watched some of the videos and stuff, like that one Hammer and Bolter episode, the old Bale Eye episode. He just like
there's
he
nothing
fucking
really
runs
new.
around with a fucking power claw. I mean, like, come on, man.
I'm looking, but the only thing I'm seeing is people researching what we know. That Yark is basically fucking dead.
So, is she not getting any luck on that then?
Yeah, because they released the actual thing, his paper. Greetings, Maximus Minotaurium Sub Amata. Know you all, the bell of lost souls has rung this Chronos segment. For the loss of the great hero of the Astral Militum is a loss to humanity. Know you all that the hero of Hades' Hive, the most glorious and righteous Commissar Yerk, Sebastian, was the savior of Armageddon during the First War. Traitors' words did he not heed not. Unmasked was the planet's heretic governor. When a heretic, Xenos beast the size of Hades itself, dared take the Commissar's arm, did the noble duelist cleave the creature's head in twain and take a war prize of his own, where the Xenos driven to flee. Know you all that in the face of Orc's return during the Second War, did Yark sally forth once more to Armageddon. There did he bestride the ash like a giant. No Xenos ploy escaped his gaze. No soldier's true forgot his duty, and did the beast flee once more. Know you all that when war once more rattled its saber, when base creature blew the brazen horn of conflict, did Yorick, unfettered by fear, march again in the Emperor's service. Know you all that the God Emperor, in his infinite and manifest wisdom, is to create that list. At last, many his loyal servant lay down his physical weapons, for such mundane duties are now beyond him. Now is the servant's tasked anew, fire of his soul firing like the heart of soul. Now does the God Emperor charge him at his side to enter the greater war, for such is he now made ready. Operational report, Mun Pre, Decision Trade Supplication Menameto Mori is hereby forbidden amongst all ranks. Yarrick's dead, folks.
That's his. Is that like their?
Come out with the Guard Codex, is that?
Oh, is that his like obituary or whatever?
Sorry to burst the bell.
Because if that's his obituary, that's pretty fucking sweet. That's a pretty sweet fucking obituary.
I swear to God, if I disconnected while reading that, I'm going to be upset.
Can you not hear me? Bob?
Can you guys hear me?
Bob? Yes, we hear you. Just jump out, come back in.
Ground control. There's some.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Fucking Christ, my disc. What did you catch of that?
The whole thing. You never cut out.
Okay, good, because I couldn't hear shit.
No, I heard the whole thing.
Well, that's a good thing.
Ah! That's gonna need another coat. I can't keep that one. That one needs to be fixed. Okay, and I got these guys. I might as well do them while I got it going. Oh my god! Let's keep bumping everything. I got too many models on my desk. You guys stay there. Stay there. I think a lot of the rumors come from the Advent calendar thing. The Terminator's Stormbolter is the same pattern he used, and it has a strap. Yark is the only user of that pattern with a strap.
Huh.
All right, I did not know that.
You learned something fucking new, eh?
Well, who knows? Maybe he will show up. Maybe he won't. But like I said, it's just that the rumor mill. It's also still a rumor mill that Gazgo's going to go after Angron.
No, that's been confirmed.
Oh, has it actually been confirmed?
Yes, he's literally going through hunting for him.
Nice.
So that isn't a rumor mill. He literally scared the shit out of an entire Imperial battle group. He went, "Oi, where the fuck is this kid?"
Well, good. I'm actually excited for that lore. If they make a book series out of that one, I'll definitely be getting that.
Oh yeah, no, same. There'll be no way around it.
I gotta do the brass on these still. I haven't done the brass on them. But I think after I get this white finished, I'm gonna go on the Black Templars. And after the Black Templars, I'm gonna get some of the the squig orange and just highlight a few things on some of the raised edges, and then do the tongues, and then I will do the shading, and then I will dry brush, and then terrain. And hopefully these guys will officially be done. Oh, I gotta do some his staff. Extra stuff to his staff. Oh boy. He's not dead. Just faked it so he could take a vacation.
Are you implying that Commissar Yarick is a lazy?
Oh. Oh, I had a cough there. Oh.
Oh, I can't believe what I've heard. I can't believe I'm getting called Commissar Yarick lazy.
No, he's got an entire career worth of leave built up and has to use it or lose it before 11th edition. Yeah, he's in the spa with some sexy sisters. After that, he'll be back. Oh boy, the heresy I'm hearing. Oh.
Yeah, I'm hearing some fucking heresy.
I don't know where I got these brushes, but I really like these ones. And they're made in China. Go fucking figure.
Yeah.
Well, I watch these guys and their painting channels, and they're always like, they're 50-50. Some are like, just buy really cheap brushes and just use them up till they're gone and throw them away. And then you got some guys that are like, no, if you want to come up with really good models, you got to buy like the really expensive brushes and then buy your brush soap and clean your brushes. I've been doing this shit for years. And yeah, you can see how much my brush soap is used. I always tell myself, do a better job of cleaning my equipment and my brushes, and I never do. I just end up buying another cheap brush set. I bought like one decent brush set, and like they were okay and stuff, and then I've just been buying a lot of cheap ones. Like I go to my hobby shop, and they got like the packs of brushes. I was like, here's 3 brushes for like $2, so I just buy those. And I'm not gonna lie to you, but the brushes I've had the longest that actually still work are my Citadel brushes. Them fuckers are still kicking. Like I have like this one, like the layer brushes and the dry brush, and the only brush of my Citadel brush that has died and I got rid of it because I just cannot use it anymore is my shade brush, which sucks because I have not found a good brush to make up for that Citadel shade brush. Citadel wants so much money for their brushes. GW, that's just expensive.
They're fucking expensive.
So I have found another brush that's close that does a decent job of taking up my shade, the new shade brush that takes over for it, but it doesn't do the best of a job. It doesn't do the best job of like picking it up and stuff and everything. So, but it feels like my shade brush, like that brush, it just does a sloppier job than the other ones. But, I mean, hey. The layer and detail Citadel brushes are worth it. Yes, I do agree. The small layer brushes are good. I mean, I think I still have one of the starter brushes. I got my fancy dancy little brush carousel here. And I'm pretty sure I still have a starter brush from when I bought the... Yeah, right here. I have a Citadel starter brush that still works. I bought this thing like 2 or 3 years ago. Whenever 9th edition came out, they had the Space Marine box and the Necron Warrior box where they give you like 3 models, a couple paints, and a brush. And that's one of them, and that thing still works great. I mean, I can't believe it. The little texture tool is amazing considering the plastic stick with a flat end wedge end. Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, this thing here, the terrain texture tool. They got the medium and then they got the small, and this thing's great for just I use it for what for the terrain, patting down all the terrain and stuff. I was dumb and I bought this mud from them. You know how much this little bottle cost me, Bob? This little bottle of mud. It's maybe the size of a shade pot.
Oh, about $80.
It was like higher teens, close to 20, something like that. I can't remember exactly. I ended up buying 2 of them because of the size. It was really dumb to do. The one's not even open. Okay, now I had this big ass fucking bottle of Earth from Vallejo. You know how much this cost me?
How much?
Like $5.
Makes sense.
And like the size difference on what you get, and there is hardly any difference in the texture. Now the Vallejo stuff, if you don't do a thick enough layer, you might have to go back again. The Citadel stuff, you don't. It's on there. You don't have to go over it again. Like this base here that I have, this is the Vallejo right here. So that base right there, see if I can get it decent. That's Vallejo. I mean, it does great. If you really want to do, you get some dry brush in there, and you can like move it up, change it out a little bit how you want. But like that's just one layer of Vallejo on that base right there. I think I got it on these other Blood Crusher. Yeah, the Blood Crusher and the dogs, I use that Vallejo base. So I mean, like that's the Vallejo stuff right there. And I just did a basic just on there and called it a day, and it looks great.
Huh.
Now, if I wanted to like dry brush it and give some extra texture or detail or add some rocks and stuff to it, I mean, I could. I found out a good way to get some rocks and how to do some texture things is with corkboard and stuff. So I'm like, I will try that later down the road with my own stuff, but not with these. I'm just keeping these. These aren't my models, so I'm just keeping these basic. But like, it's just ridiculous how much they want for that, and that Vallejo stuff works just as good. But, or I mean, buy GW, yay GW. Using green stuff World Swamp Mud. Costs 70% of GW's paint and is almost twice as big. Yeah, like it's cheaper and you get more shit. So I mean, like, why not? I wish I would have found this stuff earlier. Like, I wish I would have delved into it more and realized I didn't have to buy everything Citadel. I got all this Citadel stuff, and I hate their pots. I hate these little pot things. I cannot stand these. That's why I moved everything into the eye drop bottles with got the agitator in there, so I got the little ball in there. I even got the little vibrating nipple shaker, and I actually really like this thing. I did my gray shaking it by hand, and there's one clip in here where I'm shaking and shaking and shaking, and everyone talking about, oh yeah, you're really mixing the white, blah 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 blah. It's a clip in there somewhere. It's funny. But then I used the nipple thing here for just like 30 seconds, and it's mixed. No issues. I'm like, oh my god, that is great. I actually really like that paint mixer. So, yeah, it's just little stuff like that. I wish I would have like learned sooner before I spent all this money on other things. But what you live and you learn. Now I know, buy this or buy that, or you get into the groove. You figure what you want to learn. There's some people who probably swear only by Citadel. They'll only get Citadel because they think everything else is garbage. I guess it also goes by your own preference. But I don't know. I got the airbrush too to try out, and I'd played around a little bit with the airbrushing. I wanted to use it on terrain before models just to get more used to it. But I haven't really worked any terrain because whenever I pick up a piece of terrain and want to work on it, I end up like convulsing because I just hate terrain. kind of the reason why we don't play Kill Team anymore is I never got the terrain done. So that's the reason why we haven't played Kill Team in a while. Because back in the tabletop, we used to have Kill Team going, and I've painted a bunch of Kill Teams. I got a bunch of Kill Teams painted and done, so we could play these narrative crusade games. And I just haven't gotten the terrain done so we haven't played, because now Kill Team's in a Space Hulk now instead of open area. And the Kill Team I bought to play Kill Team is now useless. I got the Rogue Trader Lucian Starstriders, and their whole special ability is to be able to drop shit on orbit from your ship that's in orbit, and now I'm in a Space Hulk. So I can no longer drop shit down from orbit, so my whole special ability of that Kill Team is done. It's useless. But if anybody, you guys know farther back, that's the Kill Team that has my the Goodest Boy, my fur musket. My Doberman in the armor. I think it's a Doberman. I think he's up here somewhere. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, my little fur musket. So this little guy, he's part of my Kill Team there. That I can't use anymore. But oh well. So
You're just a quitter.
I guess. Oh, I also use that Kill Team in B at a disadvantage. Why not? I got 3 left to paint. These 3 right here. Once I paint these 3, that Kill Team's done. I just haven't done it yet. It's just been sitting here. I got my little Adept Mechanicus guy. I got the actual Rogue Trader herself, which the new Dark Tide has her funny hat as a thing you can buy. And I have my like assassin chick. with the textured ass. You probably can't see it because it's white, but she's got ass pads on. It's pretty funny. Oh, but yeah. You got anything else you want to talk about, Bob? Or
Not really.
we at least got to an hour, so it's not too bad. But I do need to adjust. I have to do it after the fact, so that's fine. We won't worry about that.
But that was our quick overview of the first Tyrannic War and our first episode about the fucking Nids. Everybody's favorite fucking mechanical bastards. Or biomechanical bastards.
See the bio boys, the bugs, the space
The bugs.
spiders, as we call them.
Goddamn face patterns.
Goddamn space spiders. Well, let's test to see if our thing's working real quick. I'm actually gonna see if I can play the space spider thing for you guys real quick while I get a raid set up.
Please, for the love of God.
I believe this is it right here. No, that is still broken, sadly.
My day is ruined.
The funny thing is, I don't even see it playing at all on here. I'm gonna have to play with that one.
You're gonna have to fix that.
Yeah, that one I gotta fix. Which it's right here, actually. Why is it not working? Oh, that one's working. Now it's working. Let's go! God, my ears! No, Cicero, it's not broken. It got my ears. I don't know what you did, Cicero, but you just fixed it, because it was gone, and now it showed up as soon as you did that. I'm gonna try it again.
So she'll just Sukabiet it.
Go out. He fixed it! I don't know how, but he fixed it. It's working now. Some corn and some wheat.
Shenanigans.
I'll let you listen to Space Spiders while we get a raid going over to Sir Davicus.
Jebediah, the good old donkey there, go on and get that archer going. All through this minute, a goddamn spaceship come and put a goddamn laser gun in my hand. I'm out here shooting gigantic spiders the size of goddamn cattle. Whoa, shit, no. Yeah, I can see how you go nuts.
Well, I don't know how, but thank you for fixing that. Thank you. It worked. Oh, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by. This has been our, I guess, Tyrannid starter episode. What?
Yep.
What do you want to name it, Bob? We'll just call it Nids, I guess. Tyrannids. Tyrannid beginnings.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Or-
good enough.
Waking hunger.
We'll figure out a name for it, and eventually it'll get on the YouTube at some point. I'm trying to get all my backlog. I'm trying to get a lot of the computer work done. It has not been doing very well. But anyways, I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for being here with us, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. And maybe we'll have a full cast next time.
Possibly.
All right, everybody. Thank you, and have a good night.
Peace.